What's good, fam?
Being a 6'7" individual, I know firsthand that car shopping can be a unique experience for us tall people. So today we're at the LA Auto Show and we're not only going to see which cars fit the best for larger individuals, but also highlight the best in show. Let's get it.
The show has generally gotten smaller over the years, but there's still some pretty good features regardless. It's pretty dope. I have to take a video of this just because of the sheer size. Look how long this car is. And the funny part is that the Forder on the inside is not even like that big. It's a third of the overall space. Insane. Ferrari here. That's nice. Here we have the Genesis GV80. Really nice looking car if I do say so myself. We're gonna find out to see if it actually has enough size to fit me. It looks like it's pretty well sized off first impression, but you never know once you get inside. Here we get to take a look at the interior. First impressions, decent cabin size. Let me adjust and see how it feels. For the size of the vehicle, I expect a little bit more legroom. As far as the width on the seat, what I do like about it is that there's enough space on the side gap. A lot of cars don't have enough space on the side. And as you see here, there's proper space where I can actually put myself and let my legs spread out a little bit. So that's pretty dope. I'm sure some people will complain about stuff falling down there, but I guess it's a give or take argument. Legroom is also honestly not that great, to be honest with you. Seat's all the way back right now. And yeah, it's not that big. Something different from the same brand that's going to be able to suit someone of my size. This is the one I really like the look of, the GV60. I think the taillights are a bit out there, but definitely rewarded upon that tape because I think they look really well. I'm not sure if this is an electric car or not, but if it is, then it's definitely competing with the Model Y. Correct, it's an all-electric vehicle. As you see here, I think right now we have this color option on, but there's some other color. Wow, that's interesting. Look at that. Now the vehicle does look very nice, folks, but it doesn't matter unless I actually fit inside of it. So that's the ultimate test. Will I fit inside? We're about to find out. Coming inside here, we have these handles, which open very obscurely. I'm not used to that at all. The ultimate test. Let's see if we fit. All right. Again, this is me at 6'7". Let's get this here all the way back. So far, surprisingly, more space than the GV80 over there. I was expecting that to be bigger just because it's a larger vehicle, but then again, oh wow. So the steering wheel is actually automatic to lift it up as well. That's pretty nice. Also, I like the contrast between these two buttons here. There's a boost button, interesting. Definitely playing into the nitrous height, that's dope. Screen's a bit small, so if they're competing with the Model Y, they'll definitely get knocked for that. But I really do like the exterior look of the vehicle, I will say. Two-tone contrast as far as the texture. Interesting. Yeah, it's a cool vehicle. I like it. Wow, that's cool. So it's completely flat, and this actually, there's no column there. Let me close the door and see how it feels. Again, I like the mindfulness of having the gap there. That's dope. It gives me a little bit of extra leg space. See, it's not only about the extended leg space forward, but also about the sideways and lateral space as well. And this one definitely suffices. Okay. This one passes the test. It's all electric, so I haven't really gone down that path yet, so we'll have to see if that's something that I'm willing to do. But I like the front as well, and the paint job, amazing. Oh, look at this. This one definitely has some stature to it. The Genesis G90. Like an old school Japanese high-end luxury sedan, but modernized and stretched out for the future. That's what it looks like to me. Not bad. It's getting a lot of attention right now, actually. We have the new Prius, also receiving a lot of attention, which I'm not surprised about because the redesign is long overdue. It's funny because they could have done this a long time ago. But I guess if they could give it one last bow at the end. Nevertheless, a really nice design. Great job, Toyota. We're gonna get inside and see if it actually fit. All right, coming here into the Toyota Prius. One thing about Toyota, I know it's because I own the Toyota, the front seat is very narrow. Let's see if they've changed it all. Oh no, still same dimensions, similar feel. Also, they sacrifice so much space to the back seat. I can never put the seat back far enough, it seems like. Not too much space on the side. Not doing too bad forward. Not the best. as you heard right there from someone else, it's very compact. It is very small on the inside. Not the biggest space, but again, I expect that from Toyota because they're typically not the biggest on the inside. Regardless, good job on the redesign. I think it's a great looking vehicle. Here we have the Hyundai Ioniq 6. Interesting name for a very interesting vehicle indeed. Unique body style, very unique design. Excuse me. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This is the Ioniq 5. Excuse me. This is the Ioniq 6. Even more unique. Can't even decide if I'm fanning it, to be honest with you. I'm still undecided. Alright, here we're taking a look at the interior here. And the ultimate test, folks. Let's put it all the way back before we get in this time. Upon first impression, definitely a proper amount of space. Let me adjust it to its full capacity. Good job on the steering wheel. I like this. Nice. So yeah, this is a trimmed down cousin of the G60 over there, I can only assume. This is also an all-electric vehicle. Inside's pretty nice. Pretty basic. Nice and clean. It's cool. I don't think I would get this car personally. It's not my style. But I'm sure there's someone who has a like for it or appeal for it. It's good space. I like the sideways space as well. Good sideways space. Passes. Not my style though. Here we have the Ioniq 6. Let's take a look at the interior. And drop these seat controls all the way back before we get in. This car is a more upright seating position, which I'm not mad at. I kind of like the more commanding position. It's kind of ironic because the other one is more of an SUV, or crossover if you will. This car is 7 miles. This is a brand new car. Not too bad. Good sideways space. The car's a bit lower, so I do feel like hi, how you doing? Sitting very close to the ground. But other than that, it's not bad. My legs almost make it underneath the steering wheel, so that's always a good sign. Good side space as well. Much more than the other vehicle. Other than that, standard size vehicle, standard size sedan. Again, I'm kind of undecided on the design personally. I don't know if I'm a fan, but I appreciate them for taking a more obscure edge and trying something new. Definitely looks better in this color than in other colors. I will say that. Yeah, it's nice. The redesigned Hyundai Sonata, which honestly I've never really looked at all. It doesn't look bad. Actually really long. Wow. It's a very long vehicle. Imagine the seating position is quite low. Let's get inside and see how we do. Coming into the Hyundai Sonata here. This car looks like it's seen some mileage. Love it's got some wrinkles on it. If it's already wrinkled at 107 miles, wow, this one actually has a lot of space. I haven't even pushed the seat all the way down yet, and I can already put my legs underneath the steering wheel. Good space on the side as well, good lateral space. Size 18 foot, fits comfortably at the very end. Yeah. Decent interior, pretty standard. They all seem to have the same center console, just with a different shape as far as the housing, which makes sense. Honda, Kia, Genesis, all partner companies. Ladies and gentlemen, I should say. Pretty Chevy Impala, not sure of the year. Imagine driving this that low, that's wild. Probably rarely sees the streets just because. Look at the paint job. Engine bay on full display. Subaru. One has never really thought of owning a Subaru. I wonder. Subaru Impreza, all-wheel drive. First impressions, I'll hit my knee. I don't know. This is me at 6'7", I'm just trying to lift folks. Alright, seats all the way back. Let's close the door and see how we do. Now, one thing I will say, the seating angle is so very low that my feet don't fit very comfortably so far. And the back of my heel is bending very far back. So, let's see. Let's put the steering wheel up all the way. Okay. That's cool. I have no use for this vehicle. Maybe the older one on a more project car vibe, I could tolerate the smallness of the cabin. Obviously, in that point too, you want to be a bit tighter. But I mean, I could like barely fit here. And even so, the seating position is actually very upright. So there's not very much space to relax either. So, fortunate. But you know, you gotta try. Unless you try, you never know. I do like how they stick to the all black interior for the most part. It gives it that old school racing car vibe or that old school tuner vibe. Here we have the Prelude concept. There's some controversy online because it's an all-electric vehicle. But you know, people always find something to complain about.
Forward where my arm is towards that corner. I'm going to take just a minute and tell you a couple things that we have going on here at the show. For those of you...
All that aside, the look of it is pretty nice. It's like a substantially sized two-door. There's no way to see the interior. The tin is completely blacked out. Probably is no interior, honestly. Here we have the Chevy Silverado 1500 RST, C71 model specifically. Let's see how we fit. I'm assuming there's some proper space in there. Have it being a truck. I guess we'll only find out once we get in. Oh wow, look at the animation. It's fancy. Alright, let's just see all the way back and see how we fit. Not as much space as you would think personally, but it's alright, it's cool, it's getting the job done. The steering wheel is up and now, it's not so bad, and there's also good space on the side as well. I can relax. Let me see how the seating position is once I put the seat back. Seating position is more upright, not the most comfortable, definitely could be a little more deep. Wouldn't be my first option. No surprise, C8 is receiving a lot of attention. Here we don't necessarily get the MSRP. We know it's a pretty penny, but you have some statistics here. But this is the Corvette Stingray 3LT Coupe, a mid-engine masterpiece. How to cut her rims, those are nice, clean. So here we have the C8 Corvette. Again, it's a very nice vehicle, but there's only one ultimate test. Do we actually fit? This one is a bit lower, so it's going to take a little propositioning before we actually sit down and get inside. But let's give it a shot and see how we do. Oh my goodness, that is a bucket. We are deep in, folks. The foot hassled a little bit. Okay. Not too bad. Honestly, for a sports car, I could honestly probably sacrifice this bit of space I have just because it's nice and you're not going to drive it every single day. But that being said, there's not much extra space here for me. It does fit nicely though. And the bucket aspect actually keeps me locked in pretty well, so that's cool. I like that. It smells like genuine leather. It's not a plasticky smell, that's a good sign. Get that bolster good. Okay, there's a bolster as well. Not bad. It's a sports car, you're not going to drive it every single day, so I'm not expecting there to be super duper extra space, but I will be honest and say that there's not much extra space for me there. I can't get my legs underneath the steering wheel, so that's always a good sign. Not too bad. And there's no top. Don't gotta worry about that at least, right? You can see the engine through the back right there if you look through the window. Got a spot for your phone right there. Some compartment space as well as all your auxiliary buttons right there on the side. I honestly would consider getting this car personally if I had an extra scratch to do so. It is a nice vehicle. I'm sure it smashes super fast as well. Definitely on the list. Now let me try to get out of here.
It'll be that silver button on the side of the door right here.
Oh, bro, I appreciate you. Thank you. I kind of had to lift my legs up a little bit to get out, but just because it's a bucket. So would I consider buying that? Personally, yes, I would. Look how beautiful the engine is. You can see directly through that. Look at that. It's amazing. Not mad at that at all. A different type here. This one is fire. Look at that. Wow. That's the Z06. You see the difference in the body style. Big old fender vent right there. There's an air filter in there, so it's not just aesthetic, it's functional as well. Carbon fiber splitter at the bottom. Yeah, that's fire. I like that. Another version here actually. This one's got a big booty too. Oh, this is the E-Ray. This is the one that has electric motors in it as well. Go back to the old Stingray concept with the Stingray tag on the back. Big old booty. Nice. Oh, I'm a fan. Here, folks, we have the new Volkswagen Bus. ID Buzz. I guess that's the official name, ID Buzz. That's an interesting name. Looks like more of a van, honestly. Oh, there's one you can get in right here. Let's check it out. There's so some tried and true brands that will always get attention. Not even just the brand in general, but the specific make and model of the car. And I think the Bus is definitely one of those models. Wow, that's a far out concept. Definitely take some notes from the original bus design. Again, more of a van. But I mean, I guess that makes sense in the modern time. Oh, the front seat's open. Let's see what this front seat's like. Oh my goodness, it is tight in here, folks. As expected, more of an upright seating position. So we have the center console here. Quite basic, pretty simple. Like most modern cars, they keep it pretty standard. Not too many buttons. Most things to be controlled through the center console screen. Okay, we're gonna put this all the way back here now and see how we do in the driver's seat. Looks like someone had some precarious items in here. Not much though. I do like the OG bus though. I did consider getting it back in high school, but that's because of certain influences, if you will. Moving on here, pretty much completed this floor, so let's go and see if we can find more of an exotic off-ramp, if you will. Alright folks, here we have the Supra. But again, the question begs, can we fit inside of it? Since it is a tighter cockpit, we're going to put it back as far as we can before we try to get in there. This is just me at 6'7" trying to live my life, people. Oh, of course, I will, right? It's getting real. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Thank you for the advice, about shoot. Oh, no. Okay, I gotta watch my head, folks. I can only assume the roof overhangs a little bit. Oh my gosh. It's tight, people, it's tight. Let's see, let's close the door and see how we do. This one is definitely small. It's Toyota though, so I'm not surprised. Toyota always has smaller cockpits. But you wanna know what's funny is? This one actually has more space than the Camry. What I said earlier? I forgot what Toyota I said earlier, but this one actually has more forward space than that one. That's hilarious. How is that possible? More space than I was expecting. I actually fit. It's pretty tight in here though. I would not want to get in a crash in this car. Holy crap, I would be stuck in here. It's kind of anxiety inducing, to be honest with you. I've never really been much of a fan of the Supra, so it wouldn't be my go-to. It's a decent looking vehicle though. To be honest, I kind of prefer the original body shape. They tried though. It's more of a practical option. I think more people would be more apt to afford and go for it. So let's get this shot, see how we fit in it. See how we do in these door jams.
What's that?
I'm talking to the camera.
Oh.
Good afternoon, everybody.
It's tight, people.
Welcome to Toyota.
But can we fit?
Where are
Oh my goodness.
Got a fun surprise for
People.
you here at the Toyota display.
This is by far
the good news
the
is
smallest
we got
interior I've been in so far.
dancing
I do not
from
fit in here.
your
The seat is
LA
all the way back.
Lakers. But the
That's
bad
crazy.
news is he's only gonna be here
Let me pump it
for a
down.
few
I'm
more
pumping.
minutes. We're gonna
I'm
have
pumping.
to cut off the line
I'm
in
pumping.
about 5 minutes. So head on
All
up
right.
to the front.
Goes all the way up.
and
Doors
jump
closing.
in
Let's see how we
line to
do.
meet Dave Vincent from your LA Laker girl. From your
Oh
LA
no,
Lakers.
6'5" family.
And in addition,
If you're 6'5" and up, strongly consider shopping for this vehicle because it is tight in here, people. The Supra actually has more space than this car, honestly. Look at the back seat, that's crazy. That could probably not even fit a baby's car seat. That was with my feet underneath the steering wheel, so I was trying to get as much space as possible. Now with my feet on the pedals, there's no hope. I'm not considering this car. So again, if you're 6'5" and up, maybe scratch this one off your list, but you can suffice for the Supra. Just gotta step the paper up a little bit. Nissan doesn't have much here, but we're gonna try the Sentra out and see how big it is. This is also a very popular car. At one point, it was the most popular car because it was not only spacious, but it was inexpensive. First impressions. Okay, not bad. Has a nice wide fill, so that's good. Close the door and see how we feel on the inside. Decent amount of side space, not as much as the other vehicles, but enough to suffice. Let me put the seat all the way back and drop it down all the way and see how we do. My legs fit underneath the steering wheel on this one. No, and honestly, I'm kind of crouched back a little bit, like I'm not fully extending my legs. So it's definitely one of those vehicles, but after like an hour or so of driving, you're definitely probably gonna feel sore in your legs if you're 6'5" and above, just to be honest. It's funny because it had a reputation of being one of the cars with the largest cabin spaces, but again, I'm not feeling too spacious in here. This is what I was looking for, folks, the Altima. Let's give Bobby a shot and see what she's hitting for. Upon first impression, definitely smaller than the older one, I will say. Interesting. Yes, actually one thing I liked about the Altima was the fact that it was bigger. Seems like a lot of companies are either making the interior wider or smaller. So I mean, you can't really know, you just gotta go shopping for it, but I'm doing the shopping for you. So I will say, if you're 6'5" and above, maybe want to reconsider the Nissan Altima most current year, but I will say I've sat in older years before and they are a bit spacious. Do with the information what you will. All right, here we have the Kia Soul. Not only known to be a budget-friendly vehicle, but also known to have plenty of interior space. All right, closing the door here. We're going to crank the seat all the way down. Feels like a standard Kia Soul. Pretty consistent, same as last year, is what it feels like. Updated the interior a little bit flashier on the steering wheel, and a wider console. Wow, actually pretty large. Standard space all around, so pretty much they just slightly upgrade everything every year, which is not bad. That's cool. Not mad at you, Kia. Keep doing your thing. Last but not least, folks, we have the Lucid. Definitely want to get inside this and see how we fit. Some problems staying open. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'll hold it open for you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hopping in the Lucid here. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna check it out just for that specific reason.
You got to learn how to get out of it elegantly.
Oh, all right.
So, you know, otherwise it's one of those kind of.
Yeah, you look kind of.
You figure it out.
That's fine.
Yeah. You look good at this.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
If you got $250,000.
I'll get there one day soon. First impressions, the door was not staying open, so that's interesting for such an expensive vehicle, but nevertheless. Here we are on the inside. Material feel is decent. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Feels nice new though, we'll say. Decent fit. Legs are almost able to get under all the way. Let me see if there's any more travel on the steering wheel here. I think we're all the way up, honestly. We have 3 screens here. Nothing too standoutish, honestly. Which is kind of expected. It's an understated vehicle. Sitting in it though, not that impressed, honestly. It's a nice looking vehicle. Excuse me. Folks, I'm out of battery. We've pretty much seen all the exhibits, so that's going to be it for this one. Make sure to drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.